Hello, rtheauditors.com. So basically, I just wanted to raise something to your attention. We just heard some news. This actually happened yesterday. So Tether, which basically is one of the largest stablecoins by market cap circulation in the crypto space. We just had news that Tether basically froze the USDT, which is their stablecoin, to amount to $544 million in Turkey. So the CEO, Paolo Ardoni, confirmed the firm helped Turkish authorities freeze this amount. And it was essentially related to illegal gambling and money laundering. So essentially what happened was there was, a list of gambling sites, betting sites, and they basically said that it was involved in money laundering. Clearly an investigation took place. And then the main funds that one would use for these to be able to gamble, to be able to bet, was Turkish lira, for example, or whatever the local currency is. But now that the stablecoin in forms of Tether has really played quite a significant role in the circulation of crypto within certain countries, especially countries that have basically that their currency is going through hyperinflation. People essentially don't want to hold the currency, right? So right now, if we look at what, let's say USD to Turkish lira is now. So $1 is 43 Turkish lira. So if we pull this on a max, you can clearly see back in 2011, let's say even 2006, it was $1 to 136 lira, right? So it was actually competing to be close to parity with the United States dollar. But obviously due to the economic conditions, high unemployment rate, hyperinflation that's taken place, the value of the dollar has significantly weakened against the value of the Turkish lira has significantly weakened against the US dollar. And I presume other currencies such as the euro, the pound, and so on and so forth. But it's got to a point where it's not significantly weakened by it doubling or tripling. It's literally gone up probably 30 times from where it was back in 2006 to 43 now. So clearly people who are essentially conducting business, import, export, whatever they want to has the flight to safety is holding Tether, right? Which basically is backed by various reserves such as treasuries that they probably have in terms of dollars. They have gold reserves and Bitcoin and so on and so forth. So this highlights more details that the freeze forms part of a broader crackdown on underground. So they're going through a massive crackdown that's taking place. They seized more than $1 billion in assets, and Turkey blocked 233,000 illegal betting and gambling websites in 2024. So this is an ongoing thing. We're in 2026 now. So separately, Turkey is grappling with scandal that has shaken its football community. So Turkish court jailed over 40 suspects, including Super League players, pending trial as part of expanding betting investment. So really, this is playing a role in seeping through every aspect of Turkey in terms of obviously now sport, right? So it's gone beyond just gambling, but it's obviously connected to sports. So clearly, this is the best ways for them to reach out to Tether, because Tether essentially play quite a significant role in Turkey. If you take a look at their metrics, USDT plays a dominant role in Turkey, right? Not just crypto users, but actually throughout for other aspects of commerce, trades, and so on and so forth. So they basically said that USDT dominates the stablecoin space with roughly 2/3, around 67% of the total stablecoin market cap, right? Because Turkey users overwhelmingly favor US dollar pegged assets to preserve value. The dollar The global dominance of USDT translates locally into leading share of Turkey's stablecoin activity. So if you take a look at just USDT to TRY, which is basically the stablecoin's largest, for example, one report cites over $22 billion, $22 billion in volume. Can you believe it? So economic context. So between 2023-24, Turkey accounted for 38 billion, equal to 4.3% of the country's GDP. So that's massive, right? And accounts for 50% of the transaction volume in Turkey. So 4.3% of the GDP, the stablecoin purchased in Turkey. So clearly people are not interested in holding Turkish lira. Why are you going to hold Turkish lira when you see what's clearly happening with the local currency? And probably it would actually be more because the dollar has weakened slightly. The dollar against the euro has weakened by 14% over the last year. So if that wasn't the case, then the Turkish lira probably would be at like 50, 55 lira to the dollar right now. So taking that into consideration, this is where we are. But it raises a bigger question. The bigger question it raises whereby an authority, whether it's a Turkish authority, any other country, clearly if the USDT plays a massive role in circulation, then Turkish authorities or other authorities can come and just knock on the door of Tether or USDC, for example, and just say, hello, I want you to freeze these funds. So actually, USDT is not decentralized. They are not decentralized. They are the leading in terms of any stablecoin in the space, in the crypto space, right, as a stablecoin, but they are not essentially decentralized. So if you're looking for a decentralized, so you can see quite a list of players here, but if you're looking for a list of decentralized stablecoins which will not be frozen by any authority, then you have, for example, the DAI. The DAI is essentially a decentralized stablecoin, which basically means that it's non-custodial. So basically users retain control of their assets. You can basically use that as a collateral. You can hold this in your hot wallet. You can hold this in your cold wallet. So this is essentially the DAI. There's also Frax. Do they have Frax here? I think they have Frax here somewhere. There's also Frax, which is also a decentralized stablecoin. So these are things to just monitor. So one needs to be careful that if you're holding, obviously this is purely connected to maybe a subpoena, maybe clearly an investigation that took place, so it's a law enforcement crackdown. But some people don't want to hold a specific stablecoin knowing full well that tomorrow they can have their funds frozen because by mistake there's some form of intelligence agent taking place. So just something to be aware of, something to monitor. On one hand, yes, it's good. Anything to do with money laundering, illegal gambling, you know, that's not good. So clearly they've taken a stance there, which is fine. But if you're not doing anything wrong, you're abiding by the law, you're paying your taxes, and then all of a sudden, because you're holding a stable coin, which is essentially centralized, then this can happen. So anyway, just to be aware of what's happening there. If you like some type of information, we talk about cybersecurity, things related to hacking, phishing, money laundering, ways to be able to secure, if you have projects, to secure your front end, back end. We can help you with smart contract audits, penetration testings. If you like this type of information, please like, follow, and subscribe. Come back to you another one. Bye-bye.